Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. So I was having a hard time deciding what I was going to do in the next video. We unlocked a bunch of stuff at the beginning of the last one, and I spoke about doing the 24-mans first, mostly because the queue times for those generally stay pretty good regardless of the time of the week. And on top of that, it's actually something that I feel as a fresh level 60 is a decent means of progressing as we go up towards Stormblood. Keep in mind, if you're watching this after Stormblood has launched, there's a good chance that that has probably changed, and there's easier ways of progressing through the main story, but we don't know that for certain. I'm just letting you know that if you're watching this maybe 3-4 months from when it was posted, there's a good chance that this isn't actually something you should be doing right as you go into level 60. You probably want to look for a more up-to-date video in that case. Anyway, so that's the first thing we're going to do here at level 60. This is, of course, if you have the minimum item level. If you didn't do clan hunts like I told you to earlier in the series, then you're probably missing item level and can't meet the minimums, and you're going to have to chug through the dungeons, the first couple, which I mentioned in the last video when we unlocked them, Never Reap and the Fractal Continuum. Those are going to be pretty important, but if you do meet the minimum item level, Void Ark is a great place for trying to bring your item level up even just a little bit more. By the way, I'm pretty sure that was the wrong quest. That was actually the quest for something else. So let's... Oh, no, actually, that was the right one. Sky Pirates is the quest that we're looking for right here. It's a pretty quick unlock. If you're wondering where you actually get this quest, I recommend going to the video before this. But it's the quest Sky Pirates, and I believe you actually... I think I got it out here in the Sea of Clouds, more specifically. And then it's just a series of working my way north. Void Ark, all the 24-mans are pretty easy. The Weeping City of Mach is probably the one I've had the most wipes on, although the last boss of Dunskaith, which is the final 24-man, definitely caused some issues as well. Causes issues. I actually really like going healer specifically to 24-mans. I feel like I have a lot more power to control what's going on. If the DPS is low, I have the ability and the skill, although with a controller, I always warn you, it's not exactly the same for me, to output some DPS and keep people alive. Or if anything goes horribly wrong, I have more than enough power to keep people alive, throw out reses, things like that. If an alliance loses their healers, I can back up heal as long as I'm paying enough attention, which I generally am. I just feel like I have the most power to carry a group as a healer. Again, we're skipping all the cutscenes, so if you are interested in the story for this, you'll get it when you play through. After Stormblood comes out, honestly, there's a good chance Void Ark, Weeping City, and Dunskaith don't get much love at all when it comes to people queuing in for it, so people are probably going to run into issues of trying to get these things done. So we did the first quest. That unlocks to rule the skies, and then this is the actual entrance. Now we're going to go into the Void Ark. So Void Ark is the first 24-man raid of Heavensward, and we're going to go into the Duty Finder. I always forget where it is when I'm looking on controller. Go to Raids, Heavensward, there you go. We also have Alexander, which I could try to do. So it gives 50 tomestones of lore, 10 tomestones of scripture. And in case you're wondering, the party layout, it's 1 tank, 2 healers, 5 DPS. Average item level must be a minimum of 175. Now, this used to have loot locked, where you can only get 1 per week. It does not. So if you can use anything and it's an item level increase, roll on it here. You have no reason not to. Alright, so I don't know how long the queue is actually going to take. Even as a healer, it's usually still sometimes a few minutes. Although often I get like a 9-minute wait time. It ends up being like closer to 3 or 4 minutes. So I'm going to just chill right now, and when the queue actually pops, I'll come back and we can continue. So I'll see you guys in a few. Alrighty then, so there's my queue pop. I actually ran into an issue with the recording, or at least I thought I did. So I had to drop a queue and then re-queue again. And I had to withdraw from a queue and then re-queue again. And in case you're wondering why I'm out here, it's because I was hoping that my queue would pop while the Void Ark was still visible, because it'd be like, hey, I'm queuing into the Void Ark while looking at the Void Ark, but it's gotten too far away, so can't see the Void Ark right now. Maybe by the time we get out, the Void Ark will circle back around again. Hey, there we go. One shot, too. Yeah, I had to withdraw and just completely enter a new queue, so there was a full Void Ark that I missed, and I had to wait another, I don't know how many minutes. It was a while, though. The first queue came pretty quick. The second queue I had to wait a little bit longer for. So here we go, the Void Ark. Honestly, you don't even really need to know what to do in here. It is really easy. That being said, we're still going to take it as seriously as we always do. Oh, well, I didn't want to do that. Alright, I'm going to keep doing this until it comes up. I'm going to assume that our tank's only got 19 point... Yeah, if you see a paladin with sub 20k HP, you know he's a first-timer. That means the odds are... I mean, literally almost everyone in the party, other than me, has more health than him. The bard has less health, and me. That's it. So he's watching that little opening cutscene right now. And looks like our Astro decided to kill some time and cast Stone Skins on everybody. So there's a good chance that he doesn't end up really tanking much of anything. But it does also mean we get a first-time bonus. Honestly, the first bunch of ads here barely do anything. Like, watch. When I say they barely do anything, A, we don't really give them the chance to do anything, and B, they also just straight up don't do anything. Like, look, they put 2 Windburn dots on the Dragoon, and look at it. I don't even have to heal him. They don't do enough damage to warrant me casting anything. Even that regen was wasted because he just got, like, I don't know if he's second-winded or if the Astro actually threw him a heal. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to go Sword Oath. He says he's new. He's just going Sword Oath. I like to see that. Kind of knows his place, knows that the Duty Finder just kind of doesn't really wait for first-timers. He's probably going to die a few times, but it's whatever. Once again, these guys barely do anything. And it's basically 3 trash pulls like this in the first boss. And then the first boss has some pretty easy mechanics. I can't remember the last time I wiped on a boss in here. Because even if you don't know what you're doing, the bosses are just so easy. How did that arrow 2 get that far down the cast? That's what I want to know. Alright. So what don't I have? What's not item level 200 on this character? I think it's accessories. So, thing about this place, it doesn't drop accessories. So I really don't need anything from this place. I pretty much just need to unlock the Weeping City. Any lore I might pick up I can use. How much lore do I have anyway? 238. I guess with the first time bonus, this is what, 100 lore? Yeah, with the first time bonus, this is 100 lore, so. I'm trying to, hold on a second, I'm trying to remember all my controls. Every week I do the video, I forget, and then I say it every video, and you guys are like, Happy, we know you don't know it, you don't remember the controls. We get it, Happy, we get it. But I always think I know, is the worst part. I go and be like, yeah, I'll just do this, this, and that, and then I look and I go, where are my abilities again when I play on controller? Happens, nope. I remembered what button it was. So this is the first boss, by the way. Yeah, that's that ugly looking manta ray is the first boss, Cetus. It's really easy. It's really, really easy. Alright. I'm amazed we have not pulled yet. Oh, is that tank on the left? You feeling frisky? Nope, somebody else is. Somebody else is like, alright, I'm not waiting any longer. Alright, so this boss is basically just a bunch of AoEs and then a few mechanics. Like, I think that stuns you? Yeah, I think that stuns you. I think... Then he does this body slam attack. So in this phase, it doesn't matter whether or not you follow him when he does the body slam. In the later phases, it will matter. When I say matter, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it matters a little bit. I don't think a tank has had aggro this entire time. I don't know. Then he puts some puddles down. It doesn't do anything. Then he's going to summon some ads. Our DPS isn't high enough to skip the first ad phase, which is fine because, you know, you shouldn't expect to skip ads in this fight. It's not like it matters, yeah. So he just summoned a bunch of ads. These ads right here, these hide the buses, first of all, they might just disappear before we actually have to kill them. Because, yeah. So if you don't kill them before they finish that casting that line AoE, it'll kill whoever it's targeting on. As you can see, if you do enough DPS, though, you don't even have to worry about that. So for this phase, he's going to mark people with that. I don't know why he went to the opposite side. Whoever's marked, just like, he's going to go in a line and then drop water bombs that knock people back and deal a lot of damage. If you get marked, just go to, like, the closest wall to him. Just don't stand in the very middle. Like, see what that guy's doing? See how he's going all the way to the wall? Oh, by the way, we skipped. There's actually supposed to be ads there also, but we skipped those as well. And this is why, when he body slams, you want to go near him in the later phases. Although I think he also does... No. He has an AoE around him, too, that he'll do, a point-blank AoE. We're almost on to the final phase, but now you can see why I'm like, this place is easy. Now you understand why. Like, I haven't had to do, like, anything. And then this is the last, like, intermittent mechanic. He either knocks people away or pulls them to the middle. Your goal is to kill the Hydra core in the middle as fast as possible, but only the people who get pulled towards the middle can kill it. The more Hydra spheres that are alive, the less damage it takes, so killing a Hydra sphere makes it quicker to kill the Hydra core in the middle. They'll probably kill it before we kill all 4 Hydra spheres, to be honest. It's going to be kind of close. And then he does a body slam, so make sure you kind of follow him. And then I think... Oh, no, he does a point-blank AoE first. That's right. See, I remembered the point-blank AoE, just not the order in which the mechanics happen. I remembered it, just not all the way. I thought our guy was tanking it for a second. He took the hit, but I don't know that he was tanking it. Wasn't actually paying attention. And that's the first boss, guys. Easy. Easy squeezy. I should really be... I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, and then what alliance are we? We're Alliance B. What do we get? Void Belt of Fending and Aiming. I'm going to greed on them anyway. So if you're someone who levels Desynthesis, this is a pretty good place to greed on items. If not, getting the Grand Company seals is usually worth it. They don't really hold much value to you if you're not getting Grand Company seals. I mean, that's the main reason you're rolling them, either for alt classes or for Grand Company seals. So this trash room, honestly, the hardest part of the whole dungeon. It's not hard, it's just that if any part of the dungeon is going to be considered annoying, it's this. Basically, you want to split your alliances up into 3 different groups, each of them covering a platform and then one of the sections in between the major platforms. You need to kill the moth and the worm. There's 3 sets of them first, and then there's, after you kill both of those, a Malboro will spawn. The main thing that people don't do in this fight, and I'm going to show you right here, in between each platform, a Pagan knot spawns, and so many groups just straight up don't kill these knots. That is the only way you realistically lose this fight, is if nobody is killing these knots. And you can see, like, healers are starting to throw out deeps here. Basically what happens is if the knot I least expected to not die is the knot that didn't die. If a knot doesn't die, basically each alliance needs to stand on this platform. If you kill all 3 knots, that whole room filling with poison thing doesn't even happen. Then once you kill a set, you have this one vine that spawns, and then a Malboro. This one's ours. Hopefully the Pagan knots on the other sides are being taken care of. And keep in mind that if you look on your duty list, you can see it says that the Void Taint is increasing. If the Void Taint ever hits 100, it's bad news bears. I mean, this guy's not going to be able to hold aggro against all these DPS that are not holding back. He provoked it, and he's trying, but, like, it's a tough sell for him. Like, see, even this, now even our knot's not getting killed. It's not getting killed. Ha ha ha. Sorry. I apologize. I don't really apologize, but I'm going to make good. It doesn't matter. People are already standing on the platforms, and then once this Malboro dies, it's over. Fight's over. Honestly, I've seen more wipes of this than anything else before in the past, though. I'm just being honest. I've seen more people die to this than, like, other stuff that's actually mechanics. And now we're on to the second boss, by the way. Like I said, Void Arc goes really fast. It hasn't even been 9 minutes in here yet. The second boss, I've seen some disasters happen. Less disasters, but I have seen them. So basically, the next boss is 2 bosses. It's... I can't remember. One's Irminsul. We'll see him in about a minute. Irminsul, I know, is one of the bosses. I can't remember the name of the other boss. Here it is. It is... Irminsul's the thing in the middle. And the other one is... Sawtooth. Sawtooth and Irminsul. So basically, your goal is to kill both of these bosses here. And as you can see, Sawtooth is tethered to Irminsul. When you damage one, they'll feed health into the other. So they technically kind of share a health bar. Shortly into the fight, one of them becomes immune to a type of damage, either magic or ranged damage. Physical damage is always resistant, but at the start of the fight, it doesn't really matter. So shortly into the fight, you need to assign a tank to Sawtooth, and you need to assign a tank to Irminsul. Irminsul, despite looking like it doesn't actually auto-attack, it does. It'll auto-attack the highest aggro target. Sawtooth is basically a standard Chimera, but there is one mechanic here you have to watch out for. So this is the one. So you have these Archkeds that spawn. And when an Archked spawns, Sawtooth is very shortly after going to dig his heads into the ground and attempt to swallow any and all of them that are alive. It also will swallow players, so move out of those AoEs. For every one of them it swallows, or for any player it swallows, he gets stacks of Irminsul development, and he can get damage stacks. So this one's magic immune now, so I'm just going to not do that. Also, any person it eats, as you can see over there, gets possessed by that plant, and they're going to go and try to do some AoEs on some different players. This mechanic, you just need to run in between players that are tethered to each other, and they'll be fine. Okay, we're good. So you basically want to go out of your way to kill any Archkeds that spawn. Also, this guy's getting shit pushed in. That cleric stance looked like it took way too long for me to actually, Whoa, am I lagging, like, super hard? I feel like my skills are, like, taking forever to go off. Alright, anyway, so when Irminsul does this, you basically have to go stand on the opposite side of Irminsul. No, I don't know. It felt like I was lagging really, really hard there. If you don't hide behind Irminsul, you instantly die to this attack right here, the Shockwave Stomp. Other than that, though, really easy fight. You've basically seen every mechanic now. The Archkeds are the only real biggie here. I, as a healer, really like dealing with the Archked. Like, see, so this one's going to get eaten. 2 of the Archkeds, and now you can see Irminsul's development jumped up to 46. So as Irminsul develops, he gets more powerful attacks. This one's a point-blank AoE, and then Root Storm is a room-wide AoE. And if he hits 100, he'll just Root Storm back to back to back to back, and he will just destroy people. Irminsul, however, is otherwise not. Like, if you never develop Irminsul at all, he pretty much doesn't do anything the whole fight. Nobody is freeing me from this, by the way. I'm tethered to somebody who's on the other side, and I literally have been trapped. Like, nobody is breaking this tether. There we go. I was actually still tethered right there. That was kind of weird. Whoop. And once Irminsul is dead, Sawtooth will get a damage stack, or a damage, he'll take more damage, and then you can just murder him. All you can see, just break the tethers from people, don't kill the Archkeds, and then make sure you're paying attention to what kind of damage Irminsul is taking. So I'm just going to need on these boots, because why not? I have boots already, as you can see, antiquated Orison boots, crit and determination. If I win these boots, whatever, doesn't matter. If the other guy might need on them just because of Decent or Grand Company seals, who cares? I was just trying to prove a point that you could get a lot of I-200 stuff from spamming Void Arc, if you need to. If you're trying to get your item level up, that is. So this is the last trash pull of the entire instance right here. And it's just a bunch of ads. It's going to be 3 ads, as you can see. They're marking A, B, and C. Honestly, most of the time, people don't even care about those markers. As somebody cleared them. I don't know if they were trolling or not. Whatever. It doesn't matter. You can just group all 3 of these ads up. The only thing you might want to do is stun their room-wide AoE that comes out. After you kill the first 3 ads, then a bunch of ads that shoot line AoEs will come out, and that Valkyrie right there, tank needs to pick up the Valkyrie. These Hellhounds, they have an ability called Abyssal Cry. Basically, you can silence it, you can stun it, whatever you want to do. I recommend doing it just because it actually does deal quite a bit of damage. I like to try to get in between 2 of them and see if I can holy them both to interrupt it. Even if it goes off, it's not good. It doesn't. I'm standing in this poison right here. Hold on. This guy cleaves, though, this Blackguard. So be a little careful on this one. I swear all 3 of our tanks are trying to be DPS right now. There we go. I think a tank finally picked it up. No, that's a black mage. Look, is not a... I don't think anyone who's taken a hit by this thing has been a tank. This TXT is a monk. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what all three of our paladins are doing. Are they all, like, really low gear? No, they are all... No, this one's in Shield Oath. Where is he? He's, I guess he's attempting to do stuff. I'll keep that name in mind. There's one in Shield Oath that doesn't have aggro on anything, and then there's one in... There's two in Sword Oath. Ours tried to go Shield Oath to take some responsibility. Kudos to him. Being super undergeared, though, he's never going to happen. It's really tough being a freshly geared tank in here, especially if all three of the tanks are, like, fresh 60s. Those are usually the toughest Void Arcs. I mean, they're still easily clearable. It's just those are going to be the ones that give you the most struggle. Alright, and then this is the third boss, and immediately after the third boss is the fourth boss. The final boss, I should say. I'll wait. I'll wait till it says everybody's nearby. And... one more. And there they are. Wow, I just barely got that stun skin off the time. So, Cuchulainn is the third boss, and is not a very difficult one. Corrosive Bile means don't stand wherever he's facing. See how there? See, if you stand there, you get poison stacks and it hurts. It's alright. And then I could just do this. It doesn't matter. Shoots AoEs. Those leave poison puddles behind, so don't stand on those. Don't breathe this. And as you can see, just like the other two bosses, melts. Flailing tentacles means don't stand directly under the tentacles. Stand in front or immediately to the sides of the boss. That's all that means. And then we should be coming up on the first sort of transition mechanic here. Idol of Impurity. There it is. So what this does is boss can't take any damage. You got to kill these 4 gyro towers while avoiding, I think it's a corrosive bile and some AoEs. Nothing major. You also take more, everyone starts taking more damage over time for the duration of these gyro towers being alive. It's not a lot, but as you can see in Alliance C, you eventually you start missing some health. For sure. Don't worry, I got this guy. I'll just get rid of their stacks. Give them a few regens. Put this down. And we're good. And we're already going to move into... Hey, I just got my my healing boots. And then this is the other intermittent phase. And the final phase you probably won't get to see much of. So the entire point of this phase is you have to kill 8 adds. 1 comes out of each portal, and then there's 2 total that come out of the portal. But you also have to prevent the boss from eating them. So you're going to see this in a sec. Okay, so you can't bring the foobars immediately next to the boss. That's rule number 1. You have to keep them towards the outside of the room. Second, you have to prevent them from being hit by that suck-in AoE that you just saw right there, or the boss swallows them. Boss swallows them, they get a damage stack, and their super attack is going to deal more damage. They also shoot out some AoEs. You're going to see them right there in a second. So there's a mechanic that you may or may not see in the first phase, but if you didn't, you're going to see it right here if you don't kill the foobars fast enough. She's going to fill the entire room, but she's going to eat the foobars, so we're not going to actually see it. Oh god, my team was. I could have been paying more attention to them. Both me and my co-healer could be paying more attention to them. They were getting. I don't know what they were getting shreked by. I guess I saw that most of my party was okay on health, and I just kind of blanked. Not gonna lie, while I was explaining that, just blanked. It's not good play. All right, so there were a bunch of orbs around the outside that if you leave them up for too long, they explode. So people just need to go get hit by the orbs pretty much. Nothing too major. And then res with help. Actually, this res is not good at all, because he should just get up and come back. Most of the time, you kill the boss before those orbs can even explode. But basically, you need to prevent her from eating that. There's also a mechanic there you didn't see. She's going to fill the entire room with poison. And when she does that, you want to be standing on one of those 4 tiny little elevated platforms where the portals are. I tried to run up onto it, and then I was going to AoE heal people from there, but we ended up skipping it because he ate a food bar. If he doesn't eat those food bars, that also does, like, next to no damage. You saw me, I didn't have any sort of, like, protection, and I survived with, like, 5k health. But I guess those other 2 got hit by poison puddles. Alright, why am I watching this? So just don't stay in the poison puddles, don't let her eat the food bars, and then walk into the orbs if they actually end up needing to be exploded. And then all the other mechanics you saw already. This is the final boss, Echidna. I don't know why I sat there and watched. Oh god, I gotta hurry. Guys, if I get locked out, this is going to be a great video. I got like 7, 6, 5. Alright, we're good. Oh, our tank is going to get locked out, though. That's actually really bad for this fight. So, we're missing a tank. You actually want 3 tanks for this. That's gonna make for a very odd... I don't know who it's going to go after now. So this boss is basically a bunch of AoEs to start. Anything you get hit by here is going to give you vulnerability up, so you'll just take more damage. Sickle Strike is a tank buster. So, you know, tanks, just deal with the tank busters the way you have them the whole time. This, stack up. Everyone stacks up. You're good to go. Doesn't even, as you can see, does like no damage. Abyssal Reaper means move away from the boss. Honestly, as a melee, I very rarely move away from that. So you're seeing our melees just kind of ignoring that mechanic. That's a pretty normal thing to do, is ignoring that mechanic and just taking the Vuln stacks. By the time those Vuln stacks end up mattering, you shouldn't die at all, because they have like 25k health. So at 33% intervals, or approximately, it's supposed to be at approximately 33% intervals. I've murdered this boss to the point where that doesn't matter. She'll split into 3 adds. They'll automatically each go to one of the tanks, but because we only have 2 tanks, I'm not sure. Okay, so it's a black mage who has aggro. That's for our alliance, and you should move them towards the ends of the room. They take reduced damage the closer they are together. Like, at this point, whoever has aggro should just be pulling them to the side of the room. There you go. And they do cleave, they do build, they do, you know, magic vulnerability and stuff like that. But generally, if you just assign a position for each tank, for each alliance, they don't even have to try to build aggro. They just spawn with a really high amount of aggro on all of the targets. So you can see ABC. That means just all of Alliance B kind of just has to stand together because of that. And when she comes back together after you kill all the ads, she'll have a lot less health. The Lamia ad does petrification, which you need to turn away from. If you guys remember, it's the same mechanic that we just did in an Aetherochemical Research Facility 2 videos ago. And the ads can increase magic vulnerability. Also, we have these blood guards who look like they want my blood specifically. Somebody just asked, where's our tank? Got locked out. I almost got locked out too, so it's pretty close. I don't know why Alliance C's tank is getting pooped on. Oh, she's going to do that petrification attack right here too. So you can see the giant eyeball means look away. Don't get petrified. Although 3 people in my alliance got petrified. She's going to do one more jumping attack, and then she's going to split. And then after the split, she'll come back, and she'll pretty much die immediately. There you go. This one's not like the other jump attack. This one's not a stack mechanic. This one's AoE spawn all over, and people run like headless chickens. One more set of ads, and we're good. Just remember that the Lamia ad does that petrification attack as well. It's called petrifaction, but I just call it a petrification attack because it petrifies. I'm going to go stand over here, and I'm just going to try to generate a bunch of aggro. Oh, that's not good. Where is... Are neither of them attacking us? Nope, they are. That's not good. We literally can't do anything. We don't... Oh, I have aggro now. So keep in mind that if they're tethered together like that, there's a good chance that when the boss comes back, she's going to instantly kill everybody. Just keep that in mind. So there's a very high probability here that that I eat shit. I'm actually going to stone skin myself in preparation for this. I do not remember. No, we're fine. I did not do anything. And she's going to be instantly dead pretty much. See? Now you can see what happens. I kind of was almost hoping we would die so we could get our tank into the fight, but whatever. Whatever. Easy kill, easy life. No more healing loot. There's a minion, though. Let's see if I win the minion. Not so fortunate. Not so fortunate from that. As you can see, literally everything that could have gone wrong in the last fight went wrong, and it was fine. So. Whee! There's not really much to say about that. It's a pretty accurate description of the way that Void Ark... I'm not waiting for this minion. I rolled a 41. I ain't waiting. Hey, I got 4 commendations. Good old healer happy commendation. That's the Void Ark. It's, like I said, it's easy. It's the Weeping City where there's more explanation is kind of warranted. Because even with the increased gear level, there are a lot more mistakes people can make that wipe the party in the Weeping City versus this dungeon. Now, like I said, you can get as many rewards as you want per week from the Void Ark. There's one reward in particular that's called a Maki Farthing, and you're probably going to wonder what the heck that does the first time you get one. Basically what it is, it's one of 3 items you'll need that you can trade into an NPC to get a bonus item that allows basically higher item level stuff. So you can see it right here, the Maki Farthing. There's a Maki Farthing from here, a Maki Penny from the Weeping City of Mach, and a Maki Shilling, which comes from Dunskaith. Currently, the Shilling is still locked per week. You can only get 1 Shilling per week, but the other 2, you can get as many as you want. You trade in all 3 of them, and you can get an upgrade item to upgrade the Tombstone of Scripture gear from item level 260 to 270. So it is, again, a good idea to get these things once per week when you're first trying to gear up. Although, like I said, there are also plenty of other options. Immediately after this, we can unlock the Weeping City. As you can see right here, you don't even have to go away. We'll just unlock that real quick for the sake of the video. And then we'll be done and doner. I should probably do that one next. I think I'm just below the minimum item level for this because of my accessories that are just, well, bad. Like, I think I have an I-133 ring and like an I-115 earring. Those are holding me back a little bit. If I had done more clan hunts, I would have been full I-200. That's why I warned you guys. Don't follow in my footsteps. Or if you just no life it in one day and play for 16 hours, you also won't get clan hunts. Oh, Leofard. It's Leofard with a D. Skip these cutscenes and get to the Weeping City ASAP. At the Gauntlet, huh? It's not the landing gate, is it? It's not like a completely different place. Passage to Coldwind. It's probably in the Sea of Clouds somewhere. Yeah, the Gauntlet is in the Sea of Clouds. I remember where it is. Yep, right over there. Is Void Ark back? Nope. It's not the right time of day. Not quite, at least. Goodness, I have so much. I'm going to get a few discovery nodes right here. Oh, it's way over there, huh? Alright, well, that's fine. Yeah, Weeping City, I think, is a minimum item level of 200, and I'm 189. It's definitely not high enough. 175 is for the other one. I'm pretty sure that's 2... No, actually, I think it's 210. to get in, now that I'm thinking about it. 133, we'll find out in a few seconds. Which is okay. I mean, I can almost buy my first piece of I-230 gear anyway. I just need 338. I think it's 375 for scripture pieces. Oh, I flew right past it because I was too busy not paying attention. I was busy not doing anything. You know, the busiest kind of busy. Yep, there it is. Right next to the entrance to the other one. Dunscaith follows all the same rules, by the way. The only difference being the Maki penny versus the Maki farthing. So it's all the same exact rules, pretty much. Okay, or we can go back here now. And speak to Leofard in his chambers. Okay. A lot of running back and forth, as you can see. I should probably do Fractal Continuum and Never Reap next, so I can get some Tomestones. With those Tomestones, I could grab those accessories that'll replace those, then I could get into the Weeping City. Getting into Dunscaith, if I recall, is 240. No, wait, I can't be right about this. I'm sorry, it's 205 and 235. It's 175, 205, 235. It jumps by 30 every time. I don't know why I didn't just remember the way it worked. I kept thinking for some reason that it was giving 235 here. I don't know. My brain is in the wrong place. It's 205. I'm 189 right now. Replacing the accessories will do a large amount to assist that. Alrighty then, so that's going to be a wrap for this video. In the next one, since I can't do this, I think I will do Fractal Continuum or the other one. I could also do Alexander. Either of those will work. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, share. Stay tuned for the next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. Until then, take care.